Hey, it's Dr. Clark, back with you talking again today about your brain and about how to keep your brain functioning optimally and prevent early brain degeneration and cognitive decline. So we're talking about the cerebellum in this video, and particularly we're talking about the spinocerebellar. This is the midline cerebellum, and we talked about last time the vestibulocerebellum, which had to do with your eyes and your ears and your positioning. This has to do with your spine, with your core stability, with your movements, with your balance, with your coordination, and all those things. So if we look, remember the cerebellum is associated here, it's positioned here in the back of the brain. It contains 50% of all the neurons that are found in the entire brain, so it's very dense as far as its activity. It receives information from the body, processes it, sends it up to the big part of our brain called the cortex, and then the signals come back through the cerebellum to calibrate and coordinate that. So it's kind of like your central processor, all right? So I got a volunteer here to show you some things that you can do. This is Dr. Mike Franco, and so he's going to show some activities you can do at home, but I just want to give you some ideas of what to look for, what might be symptoms you might have if you have a spinocerebellar weakness. So one thing, obviously, we've already talked about it affects the spine, so you're going to have spinal pain, spinal loss of mobility or rigidity. You can have weakness and poor posture. In particular, when you start seeing people getting this position, they're beginning to lose their spinocerebellar tone and they're starting to lose their posture. But also balance and coordination things. So if your balance is not as good as it once was, you feel a little bit more clumsy, could be that you got a spinocerebellar problem, okay? So with that in mind, Doc, what are some things that we can do? Well, certainly stretching, right? So we have a range of motion stretching that we do with our patients. Certainly this is available to you. If you contact my office, we'll be glad to share this with you. But you need to go through a full range of motion on your spine every day, at least really once or twice a day. Twice is ideal, morning and evenings, to keep your spine flexible. Side bending, forward and backwards. But also we need to work on balance. So I'm going to have Doc demonstrate an exercise we do with our patients here. We start with them, and for some of them, just putting their feet all the way together and holding that and maintaining good posture is tough. And then if we have them close your eyes for a minute, and then they're able to stay, that's even better. You open your eyes. Now we're ready to go to the next level where you actually go into tandem and you put one foot in front of the other, and again, just standing with his arms down and then walking. If he's able to do that, he's got a pretty good spinocerebellum. And if you're able to do that, then begin to stand even with your eyes closed. That's phenomenal. So that's the progression that we're going to go through. There's two things that you can work on right there to begin to rehab your spinocerebellar. And if you need more help, contact our office. And until next time, live life well and God bless.